All right. First off, all praise, honor, and glory is unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachal Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations unto the elect Akim, and unto the women and the children that follow in sincerity and order. So this video is going to be a line back off of the apostle Rachal, okay, which the name of the video was "Don't Loose It." All right, and what he was the apostle was going into was just in case Akim haven't watched it, he was going into how being at these end times, how you should be spiritually intact, all right, not losing the faith, all right, and it hit home with me, man, because the times that we're in, it actually put me in the spirit of 1 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, man. You know, where it says, I believe it's the 3rd verse, where it says that if a man is not able to rule his own house, how shall he rule the house of the Most High? And that's based off of, if you're not able to handle the things that's going on right now, while things haven't got hectic, there's no way that you're going to be able to handle things when Jacob's trouble is fully intact. All right. Now that involves the prophecies that are written throughout the scriptures, the martial law, the race riots, all right, the sedition among men, the microchip. If you're not able, while these things aren't fully implemented, if you're not able to control yourself, keep yourself under your body, if you're not able to do all these things now, then there's no way, and we teach that, we teach that on the highways and the byways, man. If you're not, because you got Jake that think that the Lord is going to come back and he's going to just save everybody, he's going to save all the men, all the women, all the children, all the heathen nations, all the sinners. People think that the Lord is going to do that. Okay, but you people that are on the outside, that are not doing the works, that are not even trying to please Yahweh Bashmi Shai, how are you going to be able to do those things in the end times, man? All right, when you don't have YouTube no more, when net neutrality kicks in and you don't have YouTube, you don't have the same sources anymore. What are you going to do? So I want to get into this a little bit, and Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect and unto the viewers as well, man. All right, and this is only for Israel, but okay. So let me get into this. All right, this is 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, "Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils." All right. So it's saying that some shall depart from the faith. So some of the same men, that we may be standing with may depart from the faith. And we've seen that happen over years, man. And it's not by us praying that this person falls off. It's the Most High's will. Some men have been brought into this thing to teach others, to bring others up in the spirit, and then the Most High gets rid of them, man. For what reason, we don't know, but that's the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It says the Spirit speaks expressly. And now when you read into the book of Wisdom of Solomon, it says, the Most High casteth out judgment. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be able to, who's going to be able to, pretty much who's going to check them? Who's going to say something? So when men fall out, that's the will of Yahweh Shai Shai, man. That's why we have to, as men of the Lord, as proclaiming to be men of Yahweh Shai, man, we gotta fight, man. We can't just sit in this thing and chill out. You know what I'm saying? We can't sit in this thing and just act like everything's all gravy. We ain't got to do no work. We gotta fight, man. You know, we gotta proclaim, not only proclaim to be the elect, but put in the works of the elect, and be sincere in the process, man. You know, because the Most High can, there's certain men that, you know, since I've been in this thing, it's been about 5 or 6, I'll say about 7 years. You know, about 7 years, going on 8 years. I've been in this thing, and I've seen many men in this thing that I've seen the Spirit that have been great men. You know, and the Most High pulled them out. You know, for whatever reason. But that shows that we're not special, man. We're not special that we can't get kicked out. We're not special that we can't lose faith. All right? We can't get high-minded. You know? Does the Most High pull your ass out? He'll have your ass, he will let you depart from the faith if you ain't putting in works. If you're not fighting, if you're not sincere. You know? You start, it says, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. You'll start believing in the same things you believed in when you were in the world. You know, or these new doctrines that pop up, you'll start believing them. You know, they'll persuade you. And ultimately, if you lose the faith, you know, just to say this, if you lose the faith in Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakar Kodash, you are never grounded. That's the whole point of this thing. Once you're grounded, you're not able to be moved. There's no way that you're going to depart from the faith. So if you depart from the faith, you are never grounded, man. Period. All right? That's why when men leave from GMS, you know, or I would say when men get kicked out of GMS, you know, wicked men, they get kicked out of GMS and they get to going off and saying how the Lord, how GMS is this and that. You know what I'm saying? These people are never grounded in the faith, man. You know? And the times that we're in, if you're in that spirit of not want to work, if you're in that spirit of, you know, not pleasing the Lord, which is doing according to his will, the Most High, he's gonna deal with you, man. And that time of Jacob's trouble is gonna really get you. You know, you're not gonna know how to deal. When you go to Isaiah, the 33rd chapter, I believe, says, no, and correct me if I'm wrong, Salakia on that, but it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Okay? And the thy times that it's talking about is the times when things get hectic, when things get real, when things get physical. Okay? When you're out in that field, when you're a pilgrim upon the earth. Okay? So I'm going to read on here in Timothy. It says, speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with an hot iron. Okay? So the doctrine that pops up, or their old doctrine that they used to believe in, their mind is set on that, man. They're not grounded in the faith. Okay? I want to get this in Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. And which is definitely a good read. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. This is I'm gonna start from shit. It's like it. I'm gonna start from the jump, man. But the point is further down in the chapter. I'm gonna start from the jump. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Okay, just like I quoted, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right, so setting your heart aright is being in the scriptures, constantly putting yourself out there for the right reasons. All right, And when I say putting yourself out there for the right reasons, is when you understand you're fighting, you're gonna mess up. But when you mess up, at least you're putting yourself out there to be corrected. Okay, your heart is in the right place. Your mind, all right, because the Hebrew word for heart is lab. So your heart or your mind is in the right place. It says, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. So when things happen, the scriptures give you a solid foundation, man. All right. So when things happen, you know how to deal. You know how to handle yourself. You know how to move. You know what to do. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. All right. So I'm going to jump down a little bit. I'm going to jump down to verse 8. It says, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. All right. And that reward is what? The reward is the promise. The things that comes with the kingdom, man. All right. Peace, safety, righteousness, ultimately righteousness. All right. Order. All these things are going to be set back at their to their original state. It says, ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? And that's not only talking about, it's talking about us, how we go out and do the work and we have faith. All right. How the certain things that we do, how we move in our daily lives. If we don't trust in the Lord, we're going to be confounded. But it says, look at the generations of old. You know, you look at Noah. That was a prime example of the faith of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man, because he'd never seen rain. Nobody had ever seen rain. He just seen dew upon the earth. And he was saying that the Lord's going to flood the earth, you know, which was far-fetched. But he still built the ark, worked on the ark, and was teaching the word of the Lord, you know. And guess what? The Lord saved him and his family, man, you know. So it says, look at the generations of old and see that ever any trust in the Lord was confounded, or did anybody in his fear was forsaken. So right now is a perfect example. What we're doing, we're teaching the word, and these people don't believe it, man. It looks far-fetched. It looks stupid. You know, it looks retarded to the masses of the people. Okay? But lo and behold, the Lord is bringing the prophecies to pass, the same things that we've been speaking of that are written of by the prophets, you know. And we pray, you know, that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai saves us, man, because we know that this is real. We know that this is what it is. All right? It says, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Okay? And called upon that name. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction. Now, that's only if you have faith. Okay? Because Jacob's going to go through the same type of affliction when the time of Jacob's trouble happens. They're going to go through the same tribulations. They're going to have to deal with the martial law. They're going to have to deal with the microchip, the missiles. They're going to deal with the pestilences, the plagues. But the Lord is only going to save his elect, according to the book of Job, I believe the 5th chapter. Okay? Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted. Now, this is the point that I wanted to get into right here. It says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Says, therefore shall he not be defended. Okay? And so, like the Apostle Ricard said, man, this is not the time to lose it. This is the worst time to lose it. This is the worst time to lose it, man. You know, you don't want to lose it at all, but this is really the worst time to lose it, man. All that fighting, all that teaching, all those anointings, all those high holy days you kept, all to fall out in the end. You know? Is it worth it, man? Is this